My name's Jonny Hawkins. I'm the lead singer in a band called Nothing More. We are based out of Texas. Now I'm living in Nashville, and we just put out a an album called Carnal this last year, and we're currently touring on it with Disturbed.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today, Johnny.
Yeah, yeah, good to be here, man.
Always a
How's it
pleasure.
in Australia?
Good, very good. Nice and early in the morning, but the sun's out. It's a beautiful day, so can't complain.
Good, good.
Now, Nothing More released the physical version of your new album, Carnal Deluxe, this Friday, May the 16th. So it's an improvement, no, not an improvement, but it's an extension of Carnal. So is there as much excitement and anticipation around releasing a deluxe version of an album?
Um, I'd say typically not.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, I think deluxes are fun little ways to kind of boost the album and push it back up to the top of people's streaming platforms. But that's the main goal, I think, is just reminding people and getting them to stream it again. I mean, for us, we did have a feature on a song called Free Fall with Kris, so that was kind of cool because we hadn't released that version of the song yet. And then we had some cool remixes and stuff that were like good workout tracks or things to drive fast to that we didn't have on it before. But yeah, I would say never as much hype as the first release.
Yeah. So the first initial release of Carnal came out in 2024. So was it received the way that you hoped and expected?
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a strong album. We felt, a lot of confidence in our bones about this one. It just had good songs, and when we put it out, it performed as good as we had hoped, if not better. We're on our third single on the album, and each single that we've put out has gone to number one. Uh, at rock radio here in the States. So we have three number ones in a row, and now we have the song Free Fall that will be climbing the charts. And we're knock on wood, but we're hoping for a fourth number one. We'll see. So the album is off to a great run.
That's got to be a good feeling, man, for a band of your genre to get so many number one hits. Like normally it's lucky if we get one from this genre of music, but the fact you got three in a row and a fourth climber now shows that this music is starting to be more accepted, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a good sign. As long as we've been working at it, and it's just good to see. It's not the end all be all. There's bands like Sleep Token, for example, who just blew up and they're not anywhere near radio. It's just a totally different path. But for us, we have a lot of songs that can work at radio and stuff like that. So it is a good indicator that the album's doing well.
Yeah. Now, Carnal Deluxe contains 5 bonus tracks, so I want to run through them individually so you can tell us a bit more about the version and why it made the cut for the deluxe. So we'll start with Free Fall that you just mentioned with Kris Daughtry on it.
Yeah. Well, we had pitched this song to Kris Daughtry a while back, and we saved it from the initial release or we held it back because the timing wasn't going to work out with Chris's, promotion schedule with his own music. There's a lot of timing that goes on behind the scenes when you're having your management speak with another artist management and try to make sure you have the ideal time that you release a track and that you're both not going to radio at the same time, because otherwise you're kind of competing with yourself when you have another track at radio.
Yeah.
So we were kind of waiting on his schedule to align, and it finally did, in a way that we could release the song with the deluxe, and it all worked out. So that was kind of what went down with that one.
Yeah, and you also use a video from that song to help out Canines for Warriors, and which may not be as well known here in Australia as it is
Yeah.
over there. So tell us a bit more about them and why you decided to help them out.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, Canines for Warriors was this organization that really caught our eye, that is doing something we think is really, really cool and really effective. I feel like a lot of bands, including ourselves over the years, have been, actively involved in some form of mental health awareness or treatment. And when we put out our song Jenny many, many years ago, which was a song about my sister who has dealt with a lot of mental illness and drug problems and living on the streets and psych wards and jail and just kind of a very, very, very rough life. Um, Over the years, we've worked with a lot of organizations, but a lot of times people that say, mental health awareness and suicide prevention and all this, a lot of it's kind of just nice things to hear and nice things to say, but you're often left wondering, what are the actual results?
Mm.
Like how many people are they really helping and how effective is it, like the approach that they're taking? And so when we came across this organization, Canines for Warriors, it's something that I've personally seen work and save people's lives like in a way that nothing else can. And what they do is they take dogs that are going to either be put down, like euthanized in a um, like in a dog shelter, or dogs that are just don't have a home, and they vet a person and the dog, and they try to pair them. Usually, it's people with PTSD who've dealt with, they're either first responders or they're veterans from war, and they pair them with these dogs, and it's like it does something that nothing else does, is it connects these humans with something that loves them and that they're responsible for, they have to feed and they have to take care of, and it keeps them like on just a byproduct is that they have to kind of have their life with a schedule, and they have to wake up in the morning and take care of this thing, and that has more therapeutic bang for your buck than any medication, than any affirmations, all these other things that a lot of organizations focus on. And so we really believe in it. I believe in it. And I think it's doing some amazing work for people and saving people's lives.
Fantastic. Then there's the live version of Angel Song, which the original featured David Draymond from Disturbed, and I believe you got him up on stage with you and sung it live as well for this version.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's been coming out a lot of the nights here on tour and singing with us, which you know is a huge thing for someone of his history and accolades and everything to do, to come out and put his voice through another song, when they're doing two giant sets every night. So we're really humbled and honored that he's doing that, first of all. And second of all, um, it was just such a cool song that we felt worked really well with his voice and with mine. And um, is a song that we both resonated with, that we felt like it was one worth giving another little shot of adrenaline. And so that remix that we had done on it, thought was just a cool, different take on the song.
Nice. Well, speaking of remixes, there is a remix of that song from Justin Debliak on there. Tell us about that.
The Angel Song
Yeah.
remix.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of this. I don't know if this is the right word, but it's some kind of retro future electronic version of the song where there's like these sounds and stuff that feel nostalgic to some synthwave stuff from the 80s, but it also just kind of makes you feel like you're in a almost like post-apocalyptic future sci-fi film, or I don't know, it just kind of puts you in that headspace the way it sounds, but it really fits the lyrics in a cool way. And like I honestly like listening to that remix more now than even the original.
Yeah, wow. How does it work with remixes? Like, do you have to record anything for the song again, or do you just give them the existing song and they basically do what they want with it?
Most of the time we just give them the existing stems
Yeah.
from
Have
the
you got any
song. Yeah.
say in the final product? Like, does he give it to you and you've got to approve it?
Yes.
Or? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we give feedback and we give ideas, and we're like, hey, when you do that arpeggiator part here on the keyboard, can you double that and then bring it back again at the end of the song? It's like notes like that. And then we'll give the feedback and we go back and forth a few different versions, and then we'll finish the mix, and then we'll do mastering and do the same thing with some feedback. And yeah, it's a process every time.
Fun. And there's another remix on there from Matt Good, who remixes House on Sand, which also features Eric V from I Prevail.
Yes, yes, I love this remix. It's one that'll get your blood pumping. It's just like a real you know, heavy electronic, almost like when dubstep came out way back where it sounds like robots are having sex or something. It's like it's like that, but robots are punching holes through walls is what it feels like with this one. And it's just a different flavor. It's a good track to put like on your if you have like a workout playlist or you're going out and driving fast. It's
Nice.
one for that.
Nice. And the final new track is a new song called We're All Gonna Die.
Yeah, yeah. So this was a song that this was the only original track on the deluxe in the sense that the others were remixes. This one was initially going to be on the album, but as we started kind of working on our instrumental, those little interludes on our album that have Alan Watts connecting the songs and kind of working out the track listing and the flow of the album, this song just didn't feel like it had a place that excuse me, that made sense. So we held it back. Sometimes that'll happen with albums where we write a bunch of songs and not all of them make it. But this was one of those songs that still felt like an awesome song. It just had a different vibe, and as we discussed it more and more, we're like, you know what? Let's just put it out on the deluxe, and it'll be like a special B-side release. And it actually got received, I think, better than we thought, because we were just viewing it as a B side, but a lot of people ended up streaming it and really liking it. So we were really happy with that.
Pretty bleak song title, mate. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, it's a real chipper song.
Now, you mentioned you're currently out on the road with Disturb, mate, but it'd be remiss of me not to ask if that tour is eventually going to stretch out this far.
Oh man, I would love that. I would hope I would hope that would be a possibility, but as of right now, we haven't been given any offers for something like that. But that would be amazing.
No.
Everyone watching or listening or reading, reach out to Disturb and tell them that's what you want. We'll see.
But just, well, before I let you go, bro, since the last time I spoke with you, I've introduced a new segment called Photo Bomb. So basically, I've trolled through your social media and I've come up with a couple of photos I want to know a little bit more about. So the
Okay.
first one was this one, mate, and I reckon this is great because you never see bands giving their drummers a pat on the head or a bit of praise. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good one, Mark. I don't know what that kind of pat. I don't know if it's patronizing or if it's brotherly love. Can't tell.
Drummers always seem to get the raw end of the stick, though, don't they? Like when something fucks up, it's the drummer's fault, but they're the driving force behind the whole band. But they always seem to be the head in the back of the bus type kids.
True. True. True.
True, true. And the second one is one I found of you, bro. Like, are you actually taking? Oh no, hang on. Yeah, you're taking these drums out in the crowd with you here.
Yeah.
What could,
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
what could possibly go wrong there?
Well, that's funny you say that because most of the time nothing goes wrong, but we've had a few funny instances where we had a show in San Diego where we I played on the drums where people were holding them just like that picture, and the drum got crowd surfed to the back of the audience, and usually it makes it back its way back to us or one of our crew guys will grab it, but we were in such a frenzy and the crowd was so loud, it was like a sold out show, that we just forgot that the fans took our drum. And then the next day, we were at the next show and we're like, where's our drum at? And the fans, someone had stolen it, just taken it. And then it ended up somehow with this family with these two younger kids who ended up with the drum, and they sent us a message saying that they tried to find someone to give it to. So it was like a total innocent thing. But yeah, like for days we were like, someone stole our drum from right in front of us, but it made its way back to us. We eventually got it like a week or two later. It's pretty funny.
Fantastic, Johnny. All right, thanks very much for your time, bro. The album is a cracker, man. Good luck with your tour, and hopefully we'll see you out here sooner rather than later.
Chris, hopefully I'll see you out there in Australia.